Hello, welcome to another episode of Math with Mikel. On this particular episode, we are going to look at the solution to BECE, the just ended BECE 2023. Before we get into it, kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel Math with Mikel. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel Math with Mikel and put us on post notification. Become part of the family. Let's read the question together. Question 1. Given that A is equal to multiples of 3 less than 12, B is equal to integers between 4 and 8, and C is equal to 4, 5, and 7. Find I, A intersection B. Okay, so let's get into it. Solution. Solution. Let's list the elements of A, B, and C. So A, multiples of 3 less than 12. So multiples of 3, we have 3, 6, 9. So these are the multiples of 3 that are less than 12. Now B, we have integers between 4 and 8. So B, integers between 4 and 8, we have 5, 6, and 7. So these integers are between 4 and 8. And the last one, C, was given, which is 4, 5, and 7. Good. Now I, we are asked to find A intersection B. So A intersection B is going to be given us. Now we are looking at the elements in A and B that are common. So common elements in A and B. So 3 is here, we can't see 3 here. But realize that 6 is common in both set A and B. So that is our A intersection B. We are asked to find A union B or intersection C. So we want to find the A union B first. So A union B. So we are combining set A and set B without repeating elements that are common. So we can see 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So this is the A union B. So A union B intersection C. So we are going to compare the A union B and the set C to find the intersection. So A union B or intersection C. So if we compare this and the set C, we have 4, 5, and 7. So I can see 5, which is common. There's no 4 here, so can also see 7. So these are the elements that are common in the union set and the C. We are asked to find A intersection B or union C. So we've already done A intersection B, and that gave us A intersection B gave us 6. So A intersection B or union C is going to be giving us. So we are going to combine 6 and the set C. So we get 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this answers the A part of the question. B. So let's solve the B here. We have to simplify one whole number 3 over 4 minus 2 whole number 5 over 6 minus 1 whole number 9 over 10 plus 4 whole number 7 over 8. Okay. So we can simplify these mixed numbers. So you know how to simplify a mixed number. So let's take the first one as an example. The one whole number 3/4. This is the same as 1 times the 4 plus 3, all divided by 4. And this gives us 4 gets 7/4. So we've done the first one, we get 7/4 minus, so 6 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 5, that's 17/6. 10 times 1 is 10 plus 9, you get 19/10 plus 8 times 4 plus 7, and that's going to be 39/8. So we have 4 fractions here. We find the LCM. So the LCM for 4, 6, 8, 10 is going to be something large. 1,920. So if I multiply all these numbers, this is what I get. 4 into this times 7, I get 3,360 minus 5,440 minus 3,648 plus 9,360. So if I simplify this, I get 3,632 divided by 1,920. Now if I simplify this further, I get 227 divided by 120, which answers the B part of the question. Question 2. We are asked to simplify 5 into brackets 4 minus 6 times 49 divided by 7. So we are going to use board mass here. So we deal with the bracket first. So we get 15 and we perform this operation here. 4 minus 6 gives us -2. So times 49 divided by 7. So bracket of division. So you perform the division here. So 15 times -2 times 49 divided by 7 gives us 7. Now if I expand this bracket, I get -30. So -30 times 7. And this gives us -210 as the final answer to question 2A. Now the B is also an expansion question. So we are asked to expand and simplify B into bracket 12A minus 3 minus A minus B multiplying 3 plus B. So let's expand. Now the B here will multiply each of the terms inside the first bracket. So I get 12AB minus the B will multiply the -3. I get -3B. So let me maintain this negative and expand these two brackets. Now A will multiply 3, I get 3A. The same A will multiply B, that's plus AB. -B will multiply the 3, get -3B. And minus B plus B gives me -B squared. So 12AB minus 3B. Now this negative will expand the bracket here. Get -3A, -AB. This turns to positive 3B and positive B squared. Okay. So some of the terms are equal. I'm seeing 12 AB and AB here. So these two gives me 11 AB. So I'm seeing negative 3B and positive 3B. So these two can cancel. I'll be left with negative 3A plus B squared as my final answer. I can rewrite this as B squared minus 3A plus 11AB. Either ways I leave my answer, I'm correct. Okay, the C, let's read the question together. Akosia walked for 3 hours at a rate of 1/2 kilometers per hour from her village to Permu to take a bus to Kwemu. If the bus traveling at 1/2 kilometers per hour takes 2 hours to travel from Permu to Kwenu, we are asked to find Akosia's distance from village to Kwemu. So we are asked to find Akosia's distance from her village to Kwemu. Okay, so let's get into it. So Akosia walked and later she took a bus. So let's find the walk distance. So solution. So I say walk distance. And I know that speed, that's average speed, is equal to distance over time. Distance over time taken. Okay. Now, if I make distance the subject, I'm going to get distance to be equal to speed times time. Okay. So her walk distance, Akosia's walk distance, is going to be the speed, which was given as 1/2. And 1/2 is the same as 3/2. So I get 3/2 times the time taken, which is 3 hours. And I get her walk distance to be equal to 4.5 km. So let me calculate the bus distance. Bus distance using the same speed times time. Now the bus took 1/2, which is 31/2. So we get 31/2 times, and it took 2 hours. The time is 2, and this gives us 31 kilometers. So Akosia's distance from her village to Kwemu. So from her village and her final destination is Kwemu. She walked to Permu and later took a bus from Permu to Kwenu. So Akosia's distance from her village to Kwemu is going to be 4.5 kilometers plus 31 kilometers. And we get a total distance of 35.5 kilometers. Okay. Now we are asked to, that's the next question. We are asked to calculate time taken if she used a speed of 5 kilometers. So that's the II part of the question. So I didn't write the question here, but the II part says that we should find time. So we don't know time, but speed is giving us 5 kilometers, and her distance is the new distance we just calculated, which is the 35.5. So if speed is equal to distance over time, you can say that time, if you make time the subject, you are going to get distance over speed, and this is going to be 35.5 over 5. You get 7.1 hours. Okay, question 3. We are asked to express 8 times 32 times 4 times 2 to the form 2 exponent m. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Maths with Mikel, if you have not done so. So question 3. Now, 8 can be written as 2 exponent 3. So 2 times 2 times 2 is going to be 8. So 8 is the same as 2 exponent 3. That's the I part of the question. 32 is the same as 2 exponent 5. 4 can be written as 2 exponent 2, and the 2 itself is 2 exponent 1. So the expression is going to be 2 exponent 3 times 2 exponent 5, times 2 exponent 2 times 2 exponent 1. So we apply indices here. Since the bases are the same and they are multiplied, we can add the exponents. So we get 2 exponent 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1. And this gives us 2 exponent 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 2, 10 plus 1, 11. So that answers the I part of the question. Now II. They are saying that we should use our answer in AI to state the value of m. So 2 exponent m is equal to 2 exponent 11. So you can say that therefore m is equal to 11. And that's the A. Now the B. We are asked to factorize the expression. So to factorize the expression, we look out for common terms. So we can see pi here, n squared. So those ones are common. So we can factor them out. So if you factor pi n squared, in the first term is going to be left with k. And in the second term is going to be left with minus 1 over 4 q. So this answers the I part of the question. Now the II. They've given pi to be equal to 22 over 7. N is equal to 2. K is equal to 19. And Q is equal to 20. So we are asked to use these values here to find the value of the expression. So the expression we had pi n squared into bracket k minus 1 over 4 kil. So pi, you get 22 over 7 times n is giving us 2, so 2 squared into bracket k is 19 minus 1 over 4 times kil, which is 20. Okay, so we get 22 over 7. 2 exponent 2 gives us 4 into brackets. This will cancel here 5. So we get 19 minus 5. So let's continue here. So 22 over 7 times 4. 19 minus 5 is 14. 7 can cancel 14. We get 2. We get 22 times 4 times 2 is 8. And this gives us 176 for the B. Okay, now let's move on to the last part of the question under question 3. So the C, Gifty and Justina shared an amount of 418 Ghana cedis. If Gifty had 20% more than Justina, how much did Justina receive? So a very simple question. So let's look at the solution. So amount said is giving us 418 Ghana cedis. Now we don't know Gifty's share, so we should let Gifty share to be equal to X. So if Gifty's part of the money is X, then Justina's share is going to be 418 minus S. And there's another statement that Gifty had 20% more than Justina. So Gifty had 20% more than Justina. Then if that's the case, we can say that Gifty's share is equal to Justina's share plus 20%, because if Gifty had 20% more than Justina, so Gifty's amount is going to be Justina's amount plus 20%. So Gifty we know is S, Justina is 418 minus X. 20% is 20 over 100. So we simplify this expression. We get X is equal to 418 minus X plus 1 over 5. So 1 over 5. So we have X here. We take to the other side. We get X plus X is equal to 418 plus 1 over 5. Which gives us 2x is equal to, so if we find LCM 5 times 418 plus 1, we get 2091 divided by 5. So let's continue here. If we multiply through by 5, we get 10x to be equal to 2091. So x is equal to 2091 divided by 10, and that's 209.1. So the question is asking us that how much did Justina receive? So Justina's share is equal to 418 minus x. minus x. So x is 209.1. It gives us 208.9. So therefore, please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so. It's very important. Like this video, share it to your colleagues, and don't forget to leave your comment. So 208.9. Let me write that here. 208.90. That's Justina's share. And this answers question 3. Okay, question 4. We are asked to find the value of m from the equation. So to find the value of m, first of all, we have to expand. So I get 4m minus 2. So 2 times 3, let me do the expansion. These two multiply each of the terms inside the bracket here. So I get minus 6 minus 4m. If I expand this one too, I get plus 2m squared plus 4m is equal to 0. Okay, so minus 4m cancels the positive 4m. Now I'm going to be left with 2m squared plus, so there's another 4m here, so plus 4m minus 6 is equal to 0. If I divide every side by 2, I'm going to get m squared plus 2m minus 3 is equal to 0. So I find the factors of 2, and this, if I simplify, I get m minus 1, m plus 3 is equal to 0. So m minus 1 is equal to 0, m is equal to 1. Or m plus 3 is equal to 0, m is equal to negative 3. So these are the values of m. So that answers the A part of the question. Now the B says, at a political rally, there were 240 women, 200 men, 160 boys, and 120 girls, I think. So let me adjust this one small. So okay, yes, so and 120 girls. We are asked to draw a pie chart to illustrate the information, that's the I. So to draw a pie chart, we need angles. So from the question, we know that women, they were 240, men, you have 200 men, boys, there were 160 boys, and girls, the girls were 120. So total, so 4, 6, 720. So in total they were 720. So to find the angles, women is going to give us 240 divided by the total, which is 720. times 360. And the women are going to be 120 degrees. So we are converting everything to angles. So we get 120. They occupy 120. Men. The men were 200. So 200 over the total, 720 times 360. And they are 100 degrees. Boys. They were 160 in number. So divided by 720 times 360. And the boys will occupy 80 degrees. Girls. The girls were 120 over the total, 720 here times 360. And the girls are going to be 60. Okay. So now that we have all the angles, we can go ahead and draw our pie chart. So I already have my circle here. Yes, I already have my circle, a nice drawn circle. Okay, so I'm going to locate the angles inside this circle. So I first draw from the center to any point on the circumference. I'm not using ruler, so you draw it using the appropriate instruments. So I first do this, and I'm going to use the protractor. So you put the protractor on it, and I measure the first angle. So I'll measure the smallest one first, 60 degrees. So please, this is not drawn to scale, so you use the protractor. So I can see that I'll get 60 degrees here. And this is for girls. The girls occupy 60 degrees. Now boys is 80. So let me put 80 here. I know 80 is more than 60. So 80 degrees, and these are boys. The next one is 100. So I get this whole side to be 100 degrees. And that is for men. Meaning this whole side here is going to be 120, and that's women. Okay, so the last part of the question says that what percentage of the people at the rally were females? Now we know females comprises both the women and the girls. So females, this is the II part of the question. And that's women plus girls. So that gives us 240 plus 120. And this is 360. So the percentage is going to be 360 over the total, 720 times 100. This will cancel this. And this will give us half. Half times 100. So we get 50%. So 50% of the people at the rally were females. This answers the question 4. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Question 5. Madam Essie used 1/4 and 2/3 of her X acres of land to cultivate mangoes and oranges respectively. So A, we are asked to express in terms of X the number of acres of the land she used to cultivate I, mangoes. So the solution. So I, the mangoes, its fraction was 1/4. So I get 1/4 times X. That gives us 1/4 X. II, the oranges. its fraction is 2 over 3 times the x acres of land. Get 2 over 3 x. And this answers the A part of the question. Now the B. If Madam BECE used 20 more acres of land to cultivate oranges and mangoes, we are asked to find the value of x. Okay, so to find the value of x, say that oranges or orange cultivation, so let me write that expression here. Orange cultivation is equal to 20 plus mangoes cultivation. Thus, from the statement, Madam BECE used 20 more acres of land to cultivate oranges than mangoes. So for us to get the acres of land used for cultivating oranges is equal to 20 plus that of the mangoes. So we write an expression like this and substitute. Orange cultivation is 2 over 3x. So 2 over 3x is equal to 20 plus that of mangoes cultivation. So the LCM is 12. I multiply through by 12. So I get 12 times 2 over 3x is equal to 20 times 12 plus 1 over 4x times 12. So this is 4. So I get 12x. So 8. 4 times 2 is 8. So 8x is equal to 243 plus 3x, which gives us 8x minus 3x is equal to 240. If I subtract, I get 5x is equal to 240. And x will be equal to 240 divided by 5. And x is equal to 48. So that answers the B part of the question. X is equal to 48. Now the C says that how many acres of land was used to cultivate mangoes? How many acres of land was used to cultivate mangoes? So, solution. Acres used to cultivate mangoes. And we know that to be equal to 1 over 4x. So if the x is equal to 48, this is going to give us 1 over 4 times the 48. 4 into 48 here is 12. So this gives us 12 acres. So 12 acres of the land was used to cultivate mangoes. The last part, which is the D, it says calculate correct to the nearest whole number the percentage of land that was not used. The percentage of land that was not used. So for us to get the portion of land that was not used, you have to know the one that was used before. So land used. So the land used is going to be land for mangoes plus land for oranges. Okay, land for mangoes plus land for oranges. Good. Now we know land for mangoes to be 1 over 4x. And land for oranges is 2 over 3x. So this gives us 1 over 4. We found x to be 48. So x is giving us 48. Okay. So this is going to give us 1 over 4 times 48 plus 2 over 3 times 48. And this gives us 12 plus 3 into 48, 16 times 2, 32. So this will be 44. So 44 acres of land was used. So if you want the acres of land that was not used, so land not used. Now we know that's going to be the total acres of the land, which is the 48. That's the total acres of the land, 48. So 48 minus the portion that was used, which is 44. And this gives us 4 acres. So 4 acres of the land was not used. So to find the percentage of land not used is going to be 4 over the total acres, which is 48, times 100. And this is going to be, I think, 1 over 12 times 100. And this is going to be approximately 8%. So therefore, 8% is the percentage of the land that was not used. And this answers the question 5 of the BECE. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Maths with Mikel, if you have not done so. Subscribe, like this video, comment, and share. So, question 6, the last question. Says using a scale of 2 centimeters is to 2 units on both axes. Draw on a graph sheet 2 perpendicular axes, OX and OY, for the interval -10 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 10, and -10 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 10. So I'll show a picture of how to draw your 2 perpendicular axes. That's the x-axis and the y-axis, and you write your scale nicely. So this is a picture of how the x and y-axis is going to be like. Okay, now on the B, on the same graph sheet, draw I, a quadrilateral ABCD with vertices A, that's 2, 4, B is 2, 8, C is 8, 8, and D is 8, 4. So once again, I'll show the picture again. If you plot these 4 points on your graph sheet, you are going to get a beautiful rectangle. So you draw using a ruler to join all the points, and this is what you are going to get. Let's move on to the II. We are asked to find the image under the translation by the vector -5, -2. Now the translation vector is given -5, -2. So for A, now for translation vector, we add. So we are going to get x, y. If we have a translation vector like -5, -2, we add it to the point xy, giving, so this is addition here, giving -5 plus x, the -2 plus y. This is translation vector. So the first point, A, we had A was 2, 4. So you get 2, 4 plus -5, -2. And this gives us so -3. 4 minus 2 is 2. So this is A1. So for B1, we get the original B, which is 2, 8. So 2, 8 plus -5, -2. And this gives us -3, 8 minus 2, 6. C1, our original C is 8, 8. So plus -5, -2. And C gives us 8 minus 5 is 3 and 6. D1 is giving us the original D is 8, 4 plus -5 minus 2. And this gives us 3, 2. So we plot A1, B1, C1, D1 on our graph. And this is what we are getting. Get a nice rectangle there like that. Okay. So that's the BII. Now let's move on to the III. We are asked to find the image A2, B2, C2, and D2 of A, B, C, D under the reflection in the y-axis where A maps to A2. So with reflection in the y-axis, we negate x. It's the same as reflection in the line x is equal to 0. So with reflection in the y-axis, reflection on the y-axis, you see that a point xy under that reflection is going to be -s y. Okay, so with our point A, so this is going to be A2. So our original A is giving us 2, 4. So A2 is going to be -2, 4. Now B2, the original B is 2, 8. So we are going to get -2, 8. We just negate the x-axis. Reflection in the y-axis, we negate the x. C2, so 8, 8 is going to be -8, 8. D2, you have 8, 4. So we negate the s, we get -8, 4. So after doing this, you plot the point A2, B2, C2, D2 on our graph sheet. And after doing that, we are getting what I have here. So that's the picture. Now let's move on to the C. They are asking, what type of quadrilateral is ABCD? So you know a quadrilateral, a solid figure with 4 sides. So if you are looking at this very well, what 4-sided figure is this? So you can easily see that this is a rectangle. So the type of the quadrilateral we've drawn, that's the ABCD, is a rectangle. The last part of the question, it says we should find the gradient A2, B1. We should find the gradient A2, B1. So the solution, A2 A2 we had negative 2, 4. And B1 is negative 3, 6. So B1 is giving us negative 3, 6. So you say that gradient is giving us the difference in the y component, so y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus s1. So this becomes my s1, y1, s2, y2. So if I substitute, I'm going to get 6. So y2 minus y1, 6 minus 4, all over x2 is negative 3 minus x1. So x1 is negative 2. So this gives us 6 minus 2 here is 2. And this becomes negative 3 plus 2. So 2 minus 3, that's negative 1. So you conclude by saying that, therefore, gradient is equal to negative 2. And that answers the II part of the question 6. That's the C. Once again, subscribe to the YouTube channel Maths with Mikel. Put us on post notification and become part of this family. Don't forget to like this video, share, and leave us with a comment. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one.